everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Love and Hip Hop New York review, you guys. All right, this episode was kind of a downer. Like, shit was hella like depressing. But you know, I'm still here for the ride, all right? It was entertaining nonetheless, all right? But I just kind of felt like from scene to scene, shit was just getting serious. It started off serious, and then it went through the seriousness. And then we went through some fool of fucking niggatry, as my girl Roxanne would call it. And then eventually got back around to the seriousness of it all, okay? So let me just go ahead and get into my notes. Hold up, let me get my fan, y'all. I put the little thing on my mic, so hopefully the sound of the wind won't be an issue. But y'all, this light be having me all warm and shit. Okay. Plus, I've been drinking. Okay, just a little wine. Don't worry about it. Little Cabernet Sauvignon by J. Lord. Okay, look, get into. So Kim calls Juju over to her house so that she could once again cry to somebody about this situation with Jewels. And if I'm saying Jules or Jewels, bitch, you know who I'm talking about. The rapper nigga who about to go to jail, who fuck with the girl who stuffed all up in her outfits because she don't realize she about 10 or 15 pounds heavier than she was when this shit originally came out. Okay, Kimbella, bitch, like the spandex is cute, but come on now. Okay, you look like you can't breathe, sis. You look like you cannot breathe, okay? They talking about the legal woes. And Juju knows something about this because Juju's father spent like 16 years in jail, 20 years in jail, and he wanted to take a plea deal. And I think she said he did take a plea deal trying to get 10 years, but ended up getting 16 and spending 20 years in jail. Like, that's just a lot. So, she understands and everything, and she's just like, just be careful, whatever you decide to do, But she wants to be there for her, and Kimbella tells her how when she had the last conversation with Jewels, he was talking about how this drug shit really had him, like really had a hold on him, and he didn't know how to stop. And if it wasn't for him going to jail and having the issue that he did at the airport, he probably would have never stopped because he ain't know how to. Now, see, the law works in mysterious ways. Hopefully you don't have to spend, another 5 years in jail, but if that's what it took for you to get clean, instead of being found on the fucking bathroom floor somewhere all strung out and ODing and shit, like, we would much rather you have to go to jail and be on this show with your teeth fucked up a little bit and just live a nice long life. Maybe come out with another album or something like that. I heard he's still making music. He's just always been somebody who could never impress themselves, always down on themselves, which is probably why he had, such a serious drug problem. It probably helped him get his mind off of the fact that he felt like, a failure in some type of way. Not to say that he was, but just from what he was saying about how he felt about his music, what I've heard Yandy say about him and stuff like that, just seemed like somebody who didn't have full confidence in their abilities, and it just fucked with him. And Kim feels like maybe if she would have been more in his face, more on top of him, maybe it wouldn't have worked out that way. And I'm like, oh girl. Kimbella, please believe me that there was nothing you could do to keep that man from having a drug problem, okay? There was nothing you could do, and if you would have been more on him, it probably would have only drove him to the drugs even more so, because you know how you and your voice can annoy the shit out somebody, Kimbella, so you did what you could do, girl. Don't blame yourself. Then Mano comes down to the house, and they got a studio in the house, all right? So they making music and such, and Mano sits down so that they can just basically talk about this jailhouse shit and how Jewels never intended to bring that gun into the airport. He didn't know. He wasn't even running because he thought the gun was there. He was running because he had warrants in Jersey, okay? And that's what he thought this was about. He didn't even find out about the gun situation until he got home and heard the shit on the radio. So that was never his intention. He doesn't know whether he should take the plea deal or go to trial because he knows that he's innocent, meaning he didn't have intent to bring that gun into the airport. But I just kind of feel like I don't know if they will be sympathetic to the fact that he was having a drug problem. You would hope that they would, but I don't know if they will. So he's just caught between a rock and a hard place right now. And Mano, who spent a great part of his adult life in jail, says, they really try to fuck with you. They put you in a hole and they leave you there, but that's where my music came from. And you know what? I think that's such a blessing for somebody to be as crazy as Mano, for in such a dark situation to find a way to bring some light to it by being creative in such a time where you would think your creativity would be depleted, in such a treacherous situation. But somebody who came up in that shit, I guess it was just, going from one hell to another. But he just discusses with him how hard it is, considering the fact that they both have children, especially young black children. And it's hard to imagine Joel's going to jail until his son is, like 12 years old. And he will be missing these formative years where he's able to have these conversations with him and talk to him so he can be aware of what life is being a young black man in America. And they need their daddies, especially the daddies that want to be in their lives and love them. And it's a terrible situation, y'all. And that's what I'm talking about. Just sad, just so very sad, and I feel terrible for them. I feel terrible for their children. And just watching this, it just gets you upset because you know that these are the people who y'all set up to fail, and they scratch and survive and try to get out of that shit. But sometimes when you put people in these situations, it's hard for them to get out of that mindset. When you put somebody in a violent world, they come up violent, it's hard for them to get out of that. Or, being around drugs or living in a hood situation. And I hate to say it like that, hood situation, because it's really what poverty does to people when they don't have access to what can help them. They don't have education for what can help them. So they just be in situations where you expect them motherfuckers to come out the hood and be special and be great and all of that. And 9 times out of 10, it's just not that simple. So I felt sad for them, y'all. Moving along. So Alexis Sky, this episode, we see her a lot. And she goes to pick up her little baby from her grandmother's house. And apparently her grandmother has been spending a lot of time with the baby, taking care of the baby while she's here in New York, trying to get the insurance and the health care together for her baby, because if she doesn't, it will be detrimental. Her child needs a lot of care, a lot of therapies, a lot of, different things that she has to do with being a premature baby. And y'all, I know about this. I know very much about this because my 18-year-old niece was born 1 pound, and she very much had to stay in the hospital. She went through a lot. She had to have eye surgery. This baby had to have brain surgery because she has a brain bleed. Alexis has had a hard go of it with her baby and her baby's health. And let me explain something to y'all. I don't like Alexis Sky, but you're supposed to have compassion for people when they go through something like this, because you have no idea what that type of pain is like to have a baby, bring a baby into this world, whatever the circumstances are, you love your baby, and your baby is sick and could possibly not make it. That is something very hard to go through on your own with no man around. Now, she got herself into that situation being with a man who she knew wasn't going to do right by her, but at the end of the day, nobody is supposed to feel like she deserves having this type of trial and tribulation in her life. Like, I felt so bad for her, and that baby is so precious. Her baby is beating the odds. Her baby is okay. Her baby is doing well, but she has to continue to get all of the different therapies that she has to get in order to continue to grow and be healthy, because being a premature baby is an uphill battle, throughout the young years and the teen years sometimes, depending on what type of, detriment it caused to them. So she has a lot going on, and her grandmother is proud of her. But when she tell her grandmother that she went and signed a deal with a record label, her grandma was like, what? Girl, you ain't to do what? Grandma ain't want to play her like that, but grandma was like, girl, to do what? Since when you was doing anything musical, girl? Okay, besides dancing? Anyway, y'all, I just can't with her in this music thing. I think she, whatever way she need to get this money, I guess. But I really would hope for these girls to find something they're truly passionate about instead of trying to fit themselves into a mold because they don't know what else to do with themselves, okay? That's just how I feel about it. But go ahead and live your life, bitch. She tell her grandma about Fetty and how he's a part of the label that she just signed to. And grandma is like, why are you worrying about him? He is not going to be a good father. He's not consistent. And if he's not going to be consistent, he don't need to be in that baby life. Point blank, period. Grandma is just like, you got help. You don't need to be running behind this nigga, especially since she swear that she don't need no money from him. She not trying to put him on child support. She just wants him to be in the baby life. And that's what all you bitches say when y'all had babies with niggas who ain't never took care of the baby that came before yours. Like, that really bothers me that women feel no responsibility to one another, and then they end up all being put in the same fucking situation and labeled the same type of baby mama drama bitch. It's like, if y'all will for once pay attention and have sympathy for the girlfriend who was before you and recognize that if he would treat that baby that way, he would definitely treat your baby like that. And if he would treat this bitch like she don't matter after he done had sex with her 100 times and threw her ass away, he will do the same thing to you. Understand that, young ladies. Understand that, okay, Alexis? Like, just works on my nerves. She had a conversation with Fetty and they were supposed to meet at the studio, but the nigga never showed up. Sounds about right. Child. Okay, let's get to Jonathan, Sis Santana, and Kim. So they meet out in front of Macy's. I'm like, Mona, you better get the Macy's product placement, bitch. Everybody had bags shopping at Macy's. This is the expensive advertisement, okay? This is the advertisement that's paying for all of these beautiful sceneries and cameras and okay, and high budget rap stars and shit like that. This is what we talking about, Mona. I was here for it. So basically, Jonathan explains to them that he's having a birthday party that he wants to invite everybody to, but he knows that his friend Yandy and his friend Kimbella are beefing and he wants them to get over it for his party or figure it the fuck out. Like, whichever one could happen first, that's what he wants to happen. Kimbella brings up the fact that, you know, she ain't really trying to fool with Yandy right now. Yandy's fake. She's not really her friend. How are you gonna wait until 8 p.m. on my birthday to put it out there on Instagram, happy birthday? No, bitch. Like, no, you could have texted me and said it in private, but that's not what you did, so you fake. Okay, that's how Kimbella feels about Yandy right now. And Jonathan has beef with Juju, and I'm like, wait a minute. Who has beef with Juju besides, like, you know, people like Anais? Nobody really has beef with Juju, all right? But apparently, Jonathan told Juju about an idea for a radio show. I'm like, what kind of idea could that have been? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just wondering. Either way, he wanted the both of them to do a radio show together, and she went and had a conversation with some people and got the deal secured the bag, and then didn't include him. And he's feeling some type of way about that. He says that she's fake. She's a snake in the grass, and he don't want to deal with her. He's not inviting her to the party. I'm like, well, surprise, surprise, surprise. It is beef, okay? It is beef. Not chicken. So y'all, Yandy and Juju meet up. Okay, I like what Yandy had on that print. That print was very, very cute. So Yandy tells Juju about Jonathan's birthday party. And because Jonathan didn't want Juju to know, he didn't tell her. But Yandy is extending an invitation as if it's her fucking birthday party. And I'm just like, see, Yandy, this is what we be talking about. Overstepping boundaries, bitch. Overstepping boundaries. Juju asks about Kimbella. What's going on between Yandy and Kimbella? And Yandy says that she has love for Kim, but Kim ain't trying to hear her. She has texted Kim. She has reached out to Kim, and Kim ain't trying to mess with her. And it's really, you know, sad because she's gone through this same thing with Mendices, and she wants to be there for her friend. She wants to be there for Jewels, but it can't happen because of Kim. And then on top of that, their children are close. Their children are friends. So this is now like a real issue. You know, but Yandy says if Kimbella ever calls her, she will be there for her. And I'm like, all right, girl, you better be a fake good friend. So y'all listen. Joe has decided. Yeah, I'm trying to get Joe's voice. His voice is so deep. Joe has decided that in order to get back in Sin's good graces, he is going to fix her breakfast in bed. And I'm like, breakfast in bed, nigga, that was cereal. You supposed to eat cereal in bed. Like, you call me breakfast in bed when you got some fruit, you got some eggs, you got some bacon, you got some grits with a little sugar on the side. You got a little bit mimosa and a little bit coffee. You know what I'm saying? You giving me options. Okay, that's breakfast in bed. You bringing a bitch cereal is okay, Joseph, but whatever, nigga. Either way, Sin is just trying to let him know that she feels like she's not sexy and she needs to feel like that. She's trying to get her confidence back. She's going through a lot and she needs him to be understanding. And Joe is like, you are the most beautiful woman that I've ever been with. And I love you more than I love anybody. I give up. I give up, okay? I give the fuck up. I can't do it. Joe say he love the bitch. He's sorry for how he been acting. He got a surprise for her. He's going to take off for a week or so. He's planned a trip to Cabo, and they're going to have some Mr. Nasty time so Sin can get her itch scratched. Ground. So Kim and Juju meet up once again. And Kim once again goes right into her issues with Jewels. And Juju says, you know, you should talk to Yandy. Yandy went through this with Mendices. You should give her a call. She knows what she's doing. She's trying to get them to make up. But Kim is not feeling it. Kim, you know, once again, she's fake. If she really was trying to be my friend, she would have called me or text me, not, you know, coming out of the blue with this social media bullshit. And then she says that she did text her saying she was there for her. But she's like, no, you're not. You're not there for me. No, you're not there for me, Yandy. Okay? You're not a real friend to me. And this is when Juju brings up Jonathan's party, and Kim is like, oh, you know about the party? Oh, you and Jonathan need to talk. And she was like, what do we need to talk about? And she was like, well, Jonathan said that y'all had some radio situation and you stole some idea from him, and now he mad. And Juju was like, oh my God, really? I mean, I'm gonna show up to the party because he's my friend and I want to support him. But yeah, I guess, you know, we'll have to talk. But why is he bringing this to you instead of bringing it to me? So now Juju got a problem, and everybody got something to talk about when we get to Jonathan's party at the end of the episode. I see y'all. It's the formula. So then we see Kim putting her babies to bed, and then we see Jewels FaceTiming with the kids, saying good night, and then they FaceTime with one another, and it's just real sad and depressing. Like, you know, you bitches want to be ride or die and, you know, be with these niggas who got all of these issues and problems as it pertains to the legal system. And hey, I'm not saying that thug niggas don't need love. I'm just saying these are the consequences to those actions. They get in situations where they can't live with you because they ain't never planned on marrying your ass, okay? And now he on house arrest with his ankle monitor, the battery all low and shit. And y'all up here depressing us and trying to make us feel bad for y'all when at the end of the day, these are all decisions that y'all made. I just want to put that out there. I still feel bad for them, but sometimes I just be looking at people like, you know, I feel like Kimbella wanted this all along. Like, Kimbella loves this shit. She loves this hood drama, you know, love story, coldest winter ever bullshit. Like, she loves this shit, okay? Like, I really do feel like that. I know this is hard for her, but I think that's part of the challenge. She loves the push and pull of all of this dramatics and shit. Ciao. I guess they gonna have phone sex later. I don't want to watch. So Jonathan's birthday is here. And our girl Anais is at the party. And she didn't come in all black as Jonathan asked his guests to do. Because she like, this is not a funeral, Jonathan. So she like, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan, sexy man. Okay, we did white shit. Happy birthday to you. It was just real like, oh my God. And everybody was looking like, what the fuck at first, but then they got into it, and Jonathan started to laugh when she turned around and, you know, bend it over so he could see it. I'm just like, girl, all right. You could tell that they didn't have sex a couple of times, y'all. I'm just saying. So then Juju gets there after that. And y'all, y'all, it's a motherfucking problem from the very gate. So when she gets there, Kim is with her, and Jonathan gets mad automatically because he feels like Kim went behind his back and invited Juju to the party, not knowing that Yandy had already told Juju about this party. So they're going back and forth, and Anais already knew what was going on. So she's like, Jonathan, it's your party. You don't have to do this with them. And Juju is like, girl, okay, because we have class over here. And she was like, don't try to act like I don't have class. Like, y'all know Anais be tripping the fuck out. And Juju was like, y'all better get her. Y'all better get her. I know I'm nice and everything, but y'all don't know. Y'all better get her. I'm like, y'all better get her. Y'all heard what Juju said. Don't make her jump out of character on your ass, okay? And then she says that Anais is a has-been. And Anais said, at least I was a was, bitch. You a user never was. Okay, I'm like, oh, okay. Get your friend. Get your friend. So y'all, then Yandy walks in. Yandy walks in, and by this time, Juju didn't have enough. So she kisses Jonathan goodbye, and she leaves. And then Jonathan is still kind of going back and forth with Kimbella. He tried to make it seem, when Juju was still there, tried to make it seem like Kimbella was agreeing with him when he was talking shit about Juju, but he was not. I thought that was messy as fuck, Jonathan. What was that about? Like, I understand that you don't understand the situation, but you trying to pit Kim against Juju is fucked up to me, especially when she was not on your side when you were talking shit about Juju, okay? So y'all, Jonathan says, let me go back. You know, I'm having the worst birthday ever. So let me go back over here and talk to Sin. Because Sin was there and Sin was with the shits. Okay, she was having fun just watching the shit. So he goes back over there with her and Kim and Yandy talk. And Kim tells her about how she's upset at the fact that the last time they were on the show together, they both were supposed to be going to Lil Mandisi's birthday party that they were not invited to. And then, you know, Lil Mandisi's mama and her mama got upset and got into a fight with Kim Bella. And then Yandy hung Kim Bella out to dry and said that she never called her to come over there. And Yandy is like, bitch, are you serious? Like, that was a call time, bitch. We was taping. Don't sit up here and act like that's the problem we have with one another, because that is not it, okay? So she was like, you know, you wasn't about to go up there, Kim. You wasn't about to do no shit. You wasn't about to fight nobody, Kim. Like, almost insinuating that Kim was scary and wasn't really gonna bust a grape in a food fight anyhow. So why you acting like that was a fucking issue? That was not an issue for us. Y'all, Kim is just talking loud and talking over her because you fake, and it doesn't even matter, Yandy, until you can admit who you are. We don't need to have another conversation, bitch. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all are exhausting as fuck. Like, the episode, all in all, like I said, was kind of sad. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? But all of this bullshit with Jonathan and Juju and Kim Bella and Yandy, I'm just looking at all of this like, are y'all serious with this shit? Are y'all serious with this shit? Like, really, Jonathan, you and Juju couldn't have a conversation? Like, really, Kim Bella and Yandy, y'all really gonna fight over some shit that happened 3 seasons ago? Really? And Yandy, you are fake. You been a fake friend, bitch. You been fake. You was fake when Chrissy and Jim Jones was on the show, giving bitches books to teach them how to be a better daughter-in-law to a crazy bitch who ain't trying to have a good daughter-in-law. Their relationship might be better now, but Jim Jones' mama has forever and always been fucking crazy, and Yandy know that, and she was being messy and all of this type of shit. She been this type of bitch, Kim. It's just whenever it was suiting you and in your favor, it was all good, okay? Birds of a feather flock together. Okay? But yeah, y'all, I'm done. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I will see y'all in the family hustle. Oh yeah, don't forget to check out the Side Chicks of Charlotte watching review that I did. Okay, I put that up already. Y'all should go ahead and check that out. I'm still trying to decide whether I'm gonna do the same thing for this second episode that they put up tonight. But yeah, because it's a hot ass mess, okay? And I'm just a little bit too classy for this type of shit, okay? But I am thoroughly entertained by the fuckery of it all. All right, y'all. See y'all in the next one.